Hey, what's up, Uncle Jesse? How's everybody doing today on this snowy day? My God, it hasn't snowed like this in a long time. I went outside to get to the supermarket to get something to cook because my freezer is packed with stuff, but everything was frozen. So anyway, folks, I just want to start by saying thanks to everybody for well wishes and all that stuff. Uh, sometimes it's all this thing going on. There's a lot going on in the world. Uh, it's a long story, but I just felt a little bit down, and it comes and goes, and it's a little bit of anxiety, and I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not a doctor. I'm a chef. So anyway, folks, I am going to be cooking today, on a day like this, a nice old-fashioned dinner, like a diner style chicken soup. It's not gonna be a fancy chicken soup with potatoes and corn and all that stuff. It's gonna be a simple chicken soup, Jewish penicillin, just like you get at a diner. No big deal. And for those who like chicken soup with a lot of stuff in it, well, that'll be another day. But I'm gonna make a simple chicken soup, diner style, and stay tuned. After these commercial, I'm going to show you how to make my Uncle Jesse's chicken soup. Okay, folks. So when you're working with chicken, the first thing you have to do is always wash your hands. Always wash your hands. Okay. Now I'm going to be making, aside from chicken soup, I'm going to be making some nice toasty grilled cheese with bacon, or maybe with ham. I don't know. I gotta wait for Gilbert to get here and we'll see. Anyway, folks, on my chicken soup, I'm gonna be using chicken breast. I like using chicken breast because I just don't like pieces of chicken and the bone and the pieces. I don't know. For soup, I like using, for this type of soup, I like using chicken breast. So I am going to be using chicken breast, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, stay with me here. You guys are great. I'm telling you, I love you guys. Oops, that's too low. Huh? Okay, so we go. Right here. So I wash my chicken. I wash my chicken breast. Okay. Clean the cutting board. I trim this fat off. I need to trim this fat off. Okay. Definitely the fat has to go. Okay, there you go. Trim as much fat. I like to trim as much fat off as I could. Now, this is a nice big piece of chicken. Now, I'm going to start cutting this into little chunks. Okay. And, there you go. Pieces like this, there you go, like this. Then I get the next one. Okay. There you go. Then I get the next one, and the next one. And then I continue cutting up pieces of chicken, okay? I need some sharpening on my knife here. It was sharp, but it's not sharp enough. Okay. That's okay. Okay. So there I hit a little bit of fat. Let me trim this off. See how it's giving me. Okay. So, folks, I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna continue cutting this piece of chicken up, and I'll show you how it's done after this commercial break. Okay, folks. So I chopped up my my chicken breast. Chopped up pretty much of it, and I just put it in water. I'm gonna boil it in water. I'm gonna boil this chicken breast in water with nothing. I'm just gonna boil it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. And what I'm gonna do when the meat is tender, I'm gonna drain some of the water, then I'm gonna leave some of the water in there, and then I'm gonna add some chicken stock. I'm gonna add some carrots. I'm gonna add some celery, and then you're gonna see how this is done. So stay tuned for that. Okay, folks. So I am ready to start my soup. I chopped up 2 small stalks of celery. I chopped up two small carrots. I chopped up a couple bushes of cilantro, like this, and I chopped up 2 slices of onions, and I also put in some green onions there, a little bit that I had left over. So a little bit green onions and regular onions in there. So I got my chicken. I'm boiling my chicken. It's already boiled. It's already softened up, and I'm going to start cooking my soup. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, once again, my soup is not a fancy chicken soup. It's not. It's a chicken soup that you find in like a diner, you know, something like that.
It's rustic,
So,
homemade style.
It's nothing fancy. It's not gonna have any potatoes, any like sachi chong, none of that stuff. It's gonna have chicken. It's chicken soup, Jewish penicillin. So I'm gonna bring you over to the pan right now, to the pot, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna get it done. So here we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with 3 tablespoons of olive oil, some good olive oil in there, and I gotta throw in my butter. So I'm gonna throw in a tablespoon of butter, and I'm gonna start on my stove. Okay, there we go, and I'm gonna put that medium flame just so this melts down. There we go, look at that. Okay, melting down already. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to saute my carrots in there, because my carrots are harder than the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to start off with my carrots in there. And I'm going to start sauteing my carrots in there for a little while. It's going to take a little while because, you know, carrots are hard. But I want to saute them there for a while. I'm going to put a pinch of salt in there. There you go. And I'm going to start, when you got that sizzling, I love that sizzling sound. And it's done, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to put in is my celery, but the celery is a little bit softer. So first thing I'm going to cook down, I'm going to break down my carrots, which is harder than anything else going into this soup. So keep cooking them, breaking them down. And what's this? I hate a piece of, there you go. Okay. So keep cooking that till you break it down a bit, okay? It's not gonna get soft, but just break it down a little bit. Okay, folks, so now the carrots are starting to break down a bit. It's smelling good already. Now I'm gonna put in my celery. Okay? There you go. I'll lower the flame down a bit, because you don't want this to burn. And you're going to start just making sure that it doesn't burn. Very simple. You're going to cook that down for a little while. And then I'm going to add the other ingredients. The onions are going to break down faster. So let's just spin this around and do that. So folks, this stuff smells good already. Just the celery and the carrots. Now I'm going to start cooking the onions. I got regular onions in there, and I got a couple of pieces of green onion, and I'm going to start it. Okay. Remember, the onions are going to break down easy, quicker. And then I'm going to put the cilantro in there. Might as well let the cilantro release its flavor. Oh my God, it smells so delicious, this thing, or this mixture alone. If you were here, you can smell it. And I'm going to put some fresh grounded pepper. Okay. Couple of whisks of that, and I'm going to put some parsley flakes, a little bit of parsley flakes there, and I'm going to start cooking. This is smelling good. This is the base of the soup, and it smells delicious. Right, these vegetables and there's onions and everything in there cooking, and you can't get enough of garlic powder. So I put some garlic powder in there. Okay, that smells delicious. Now it smells delicious. Gotta have garlic. Gotta have that garlic. So as you're looking, you see all of my vegetables are already they're breaking down. They're absorbed all that, the olive oil. They absorb the butter. The butter's burnt away. So all you're left with these nice green and orange looking vegetables here. Okay. Now my chicken's in the pot over here. And it's already been boiled, so it's softened up already. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna add my chicken stock to this. I'm gonna use some of the water that the chicken was boiled in, and I'm gonna start making my soup. Okay, folks, so you see everything's broken down, and it smells delicious. Just this alone, it smells delicious. Now I'm gonna start I'm gonna put my chicken stock in it. Yes, chicken stock. Okay, so I'm gonna use I have this big 48 ounces. So let me measure it for you. Okay, folks. So I'm putting in 2 cups first of this chicken stock. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna put 2 more, so that equals 4. And there we go. And we put more chicken stock in there. Okay. Okay, folks. So I just used 3 cups of chicken stock, and I'm gonna bring the heat up, and I'm gonna start putting my chicken. Okay, I got my chicken here in the pot that I was boiling it, and I'm gonna add my chicken in there. And there goes my chicken. Okay. Now, I put, like I said, 3 cups of chicken stock in there. And in the water that I boiled the chicken, I'm gonna pour some of the water in there. And I'm not measuring there, but I'm gonna pour a little bit of the water. I want to make enough soup for the next day, so I would say that was about 2 cups. And this is it. There you go. Now I'm gonna bring this to a heavy boil. I'm gonna raise up the heat. I'm gonna cover this up, and I'm gonna bring it to a heavy boil. And then I'm gonna taste it, make sure that it's seasoned right, everything is good. And then I'm gonna add the egg noodles. I'm gonna be using egg noodles. You can use regular noodles. You can use any kind of pasta that you want. But everything has got to be at the end, because this is, it softens up. So you can use spaghetti, you can use linguine, you can use pasta, whatever you want to use. I'm using egg noodles, and well, when I find them, I'll show you, and right after this commercial. Well, folks, the soup is almost done. I brought it to a heavy boil, and now I'm going to be using my noodles that they found, and I lost again. This kitchen is too small. Anyway, I'm using these light and fluffy egg noodles, extra wide. They come in a package like this. Okay, and this is the ones I like using for the soup. They come in a package. Actually, I have another one wide. Okay, so you can use this, and I'm going to be using about a little bit less than half of the bag, and I'm going to put it in there and see how it looks. And then I'm going to add more if I need to. It cooks real quick. It cooks in 8 minutes. So it's the last thing you want to add to the soup. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so let me bring you down here to see this heavy boil soup there. So it's boiling. All the flavors are coming together. It smells delicious. You can see the chicken, the celery, everything's everything's come together. Now I'm going to put in the noodles. There you go. I'm going to put about okay. So I just put in about a little bit. It's about half of the bag, and it should be it. So I had a heavy boil. And once I put in the noodles, the temperature dropped. Okay. And now I'm going to bring that to another second boil for about 8 and 10 minutes, so the noodles get softened, and then the soup is done. And then, like I said before, we're going to have this soup, and we're going to have a side of grilled cheese. I haven't decided if it's going to be bacon grilled cheese or grilled cheese with ham. I don't know. I got to check. So, but this is looking great. It smells delicious. All these flavors coming together. It smells great. So I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to bring it to a semi-boil at a medium heat for about 8 minutes, so the noodles soften up. Once the noodles are softened up, that's it. The soup is done. Take it off the thing and move it to another. Take it off the stove, put it somewhere, and save it to when you're ready to eat it. So folks, my soup is done. It's done. The noodles have been boiling in there for about 5 or 6 minutes, and they're softened up. I just checked them, and let me show you one more last time how this thing came out. Okay, so there you go. And there goes your noodles, your chicken. You got celery in there. You got carrots in there. You got all these ingredients that came together to make this nice, basic chicken soup on a nice, snowy, cold day like today. What else? With chicken soup. And of course, you can put rice in there. If it's substitute the noodles with rice and make chicken rice, use your imagination. But anyway, this is chicken noodle, and it's done, as you can tell. I'm going to shut it off, and then I'm going to transfer it to another cooler burner here so it doesn't continue cooking. Okay, there you go. Let me leave it there. Anyway, that's it. It's done. It is done. So this thing took me what? It took me 45 minutes, give or take. So it's done, folks. So I'm gonna I put it to the side, and I'm gonna let the flavors come more together in there, and then we'll eat later. We're gonna have grilled cheese with it, and I know people say, yeah, grilled cheese and tomato soup. Okay, we're not traditional, okay? So we're gonna have chicken soup and grilled cheese. So stay tuned for the second part of this video, which will show you how to make a grilled cheese. If you don't know how to make a grilled cheese, you should be ashamed of yourself. I learned how to make grilled cheese when I was in, actually, no jokes aside, I was like in PS33, and in the classroom, they taught us kids to make grilled cheese. Go figure. So I learned how to make grilled cheese, I learned how to make French toast, and I learned how to make candles in PS33. Can you believe that? Oh, and peanut brittle. We made peanut brittle. I don't know. So anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this video making the chicken soup, and I'm going to divide the videos, and later on I'll show you how I make the grilled cheese, and then we'll put everything together, and I'll see you guys later.